All right, welcome back. This is Black Lodge Trivia Night's run of Dark Souls Remastered. Let's jump in. I think we're sort of heading into what's, for me, the best part of this game. You know, we've done a bunch of stuff here, but there's a lot we still haven't done yet. We haven't... I guess we want to go back to Firelink Shrine. You know, we took a shot at Sif, gave it a go, but came close, didn't work out, so I've moved on to some other things, mainly Blighttown. We got through the important part of that. And I guess I could go back and do Sif, do more Darkroot Garden, Darkroot Basin, maybe? Is that what it's called? But, to be honest with you, I'd rather do Sen's Fortress, because for me, Sen's Fortress, and, not just for me, for a lot of people, and then into Anor Londo is probably the peak of this game. So it's hard to not want to rush to there when you have the opportunity. But it also means that you're probably making the post-Anor Londo section of the game, which was already, for me, a big letdown. What's the backstab damage? Alright. Maybe even more so, because you're, again, as I probably said in the last time, I'm, saving my vegetables for later. And also, partly, it's because I think anything you do after, especially Sen's Fortress, is going to be a bit of a bummer. There might have been a faster way to do this. For me, the honest truth is actually that even a big chunk of Anor Londo is not that great. Anor Londo gets a bump because the boss fight is so good. And the rest of there are parts, it's okay, Parts of it are pretty stupid, kind of annoying, etc., etc. But Sen's Fortress, mostly start to finish, is just a very fun level. So I was looking, like, the Wanderer stuff is what I'm going to go with, so maybe I'll just start reinforcing it. Let me see, do I have, let's spend these souls, I guess. So you can see down there that that path is now open. Remember, we had Siegmeyer sitting on the front steps, unsure of how to get through. Oh, whoops. Apologies. Nope, did it again. I guess I've been sitting on a lot of these for a while. I haven't realized it. So I got 21 humanity donated to the spider. So I've got 2 more, so it's 23. Trying to get to 30 to open up that passage. So let's rest here. Let's reinforce armor. Let's see if we can Getting a lot higher than I was expecting. It's not bad. All right. I don't think... Can we do shield? I think I was saying the crest shield might be the best one to bump up, but that might need... That needs Twinkling Titanite. And I think the crest shield does as well. And right now I'd rather... Because the crest shield's mostly useful in the DLC, and I'd rather pump that into my halberd for now. So yes, Sen's Fortress. A friend of mine, again, I mentioned... When I passed away, oh, I have way more souls than I realized. Let me level up at least. He and I used to talk about how this was like just felt like an old school D&D adventure. Just traps everywhere. Clearing rooms. I think I was pumping. My stamina. That's hit points. Stamina. Okay. It's also what I really like about it is it's this really cool self-contained. I mean, I know a lot of the things are kind of self-contained, right? Undeadburg, but this one just has like a pressure plate there that we're going to use in a second. So we were able to get one of them with the trap. Although, I screwed up, but... So right off the bat, you can see, it's coming into some traps here. I don't know, have there been any pressure plate traps yet? I don't think there have been. And I don't know what it would have been like, but I kind of wish there was more of this in the rest of the Souls game. Because, like, Anor Londo, like, the first half of it before you get into... I was expecting a snake to be there. It's a bit of a drag. But this is just very cool. It's not just getting, jump scare ambushes. Gotta be careful again here of another... So, whoops. Yeah, just don't go straight to that chest or else you'll get hit. So there's... Okay, so here's the thing here. I always love that touch, but oh, he's not down though, is he? So I'm gonna just keep him here. See if another... Nope. Trying to get the boulders to hit him again. This snake guy, there's a trick to him. You can sort of see there's boulders rolling. This looks like a boulder. You can sort of see the boulders at the top there, but it's getting pushed off to the right, which then sends it down that path. This guy, you can get, if I can figure it out. You can break through this wall, and you can get this guy to do it. But he needs to do a certain kind of attack, and I'm not sure what that attack is. So I'm going to skip it for now. There we go. So yeah, I guess it's a kind of lunge attack. Otherwise, you can use the boulders to break through there. I always thought that was a nice touch that you could get him to do it. I'm going to come back to you, sir. Just give me a moment. Yeah, Master Key, another reason to have it. It lets you not need to come back here later when you actually get the key to these cells.
You seem quite lucid. A rare thing in these times. I am Logan. I'm a bit cooped up, as you can see. I have a bright idea. Suppose you set me free. I'm old and empty-handed, but I could repay you with knowledge and sorcery. This place is melting my mind. The inactivity is repressive.
So there we go. We have freed the aforementioned Big Hat Logan.
Thank you. I'm safe, and I'd love to resume my travels, but I must log a few things first, and I owe you a favor. I will return to Farthing Shrine. Speak with me there, so that I may impart my sorcery.
It lives up to the name. Feels like the kind of hat I'm going to wear in my retirement to keep the sun off me. Let me see if we've...
Oh, hello. Don't mind me. Go on ahead. I'll be along later. Whoa, I'll be just fine, young one.
Okay, so I think we sort of... It's good enough. So his apprentice said he was trying to... he was heading to Anor Londo to study the libraries there via Sen's Fortress. So obviously he did not make it. Gonna let the boulder go. And we're gonna run here. This is sort of the end of the road for a lot of people. You can see Sigmeyer's over there. I guess that's the attack you need him to do to break the wall, sort of that jump. I don't know what I was doing there. Alright, so let's check in on our friend here. You gotta talk to these guys everywhere you can to advance their story.
Oh, ho! Ah, where did you come from? Splendid news, I tell you.
Let's exhaust his dialogue again.
Ah, so you see my plight. Yes, indeed. I've run up against a wall, or a ball, to be precise. I must say, I'm a bit too tough to be outrunning those things. So here I sit in quite a pickle, but who knows? We'll have another development.
Damn you, fat roll.
My head would spin.
Okay. So there we go. We've exhausted his dialogue, and so as you can see, he gets to Sen's Fortress, couldn't open the gate. I don't know if he's aware of the fact that you opened the gate. But so, that obstacle clears, and now he gets another short distance and runs into another obstacle. And so that's basically his story. And so the trick with his story is you got to be careful. At some point, okay, the chain's going back. At some point, you got to let him do something, or else it's a total. But you can't let him do too much. So I always screw up the last step of his story. All right, ring of that ring provides some pretty good physical damage resistance. So that's a good thing to get. Okay, you got another pressure plate. I keep pumping points into our stamina. Am I able to put on any more armor? Nope, still fat rolling. What about a hat? Let's forget what. Oh no. Let's unequip. No. You just gotta watch the ball here. Whoop, don't run into it. Even when it's stopped, it'll damage you. So I'm gonna follow it down. Just a lot of cool designs here. So like, here's one for instance. Sort of like these little, secrets in plain sight. Just, hang here for a sec. Eventually, I feel like it should be coming soon. So there you go. You see, it's filled up the container, so now you can guess what's going to happen with the next ball. Make your way through. The only weird thing about it is that they have a system in place to dispose of the balls after it breaks through a wall. So you'd sit there and say, why not just have it keep going? Ladder down. A lot of things going on here. But more importantly, we're going to go here. Now, I've been saying every time we encounter a chest, the chain goes backwards. Here, you can see the chain goes forward. And that's a very important thing to remember because it is a mimic. Now, because we have the Black Knight Halberd, we can just beat the crap out of it. But, and there you are, the Lightning Spear. If you're sort of just making your way through, my first playthrough of the game, I really struggled. And so I got the Drake Sword, used that for the beginning, and then I was starting to realize it was starting to fade, but I wasn't engaging really with different weapons or anything like that. Crafting. Oh, okay. And so I was like, oh crap, what do I do next? And then luckily you come here, you get the Lightning Spear, and the Lightning Spear can carry you through until the end of the game. Is it the best way to do it? Maybe not. But it will carry you through. So here's a... Again, like the rest of Sen's Fortress, nothing's quite like it's seen. There's a reason why blood is on this platform. So you take this up to about here, but do not take it up a second time because it's a trap and it will kill you. Is the ball going this way? No. So if we, let's see, can we pop this door open? So what you can do eventually is you make your way to the top here. And now you can reroute the boulder. We could reroute the boulder this way if we wanted to go free Big Hat Logan. The thing you can do is just have it go out the window here. Now, I think you still have to, maybe this is just me being paranoid, I think you still have to be a little bit careful because, okay, this is the original way. This is towards Big Hat Logan, because I feel like it resets somehow. I feel like I've been hit even after I think this is where we followed it down. I was trying to figure out how to get to there. Now, this is part of the fortress I've never... I think this is the... another Black Sorcerer. Okay. So I think that's the door we just couldn't open, but let me double check something really quickly. You got the sorcerer hat, black sorcerer hat, okay. I was just checking to see if this would seem like another, like in another timeline that opening sorcerer didn't make it this far or whatever. But otherwise, yeah, Sense Fortress is a place I never feel like I fully successfully explore. And these areas are why. That's not it. Because you can see, you can drop down there, Demon Titanite, yeah, Titanite demons, I mean. I don't know if you can get down there. Now that ring... Okay, no sound. Steel protection boosts defense against physical. And the other one we got was the Covetous Gold Serpent Ring, which boosts item discovery. That one's a good one, but my fear is I'm still fat rolling. But I do like getting me some... Of course, the legs are the thing that I boosted the most. Alright, so here's the weird thing. It's saying my equipment load is 22 out of 67. But I feel like it's not taking into account... I don't know, wouldn't it seem like Havel's Ring would... Let's see what happens if I put Havel's Ring back on. Okay, 108, okay. I think what I'm starting to do is I'm starting to get to the point where I might take off the Ring of Favor and Protection. I think it's time. Got a little bit less health, a little bit less stamina. Now I'm... Shit. Fat rolling. But by how much? Am I close? Yeah, so I'm pretty close. So... I'm going to do a little bit more of this. Let me see if taking off the gloves... Oh, no, I'm not wearing the gloves. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's these lower areas I always get sort of thrown by. Like, I think you can drop down here. And maybe, hell, you want to. Oh, you know, you might need the Rusted Iron Ring. It's going to be tricky. Especially if I don't get backstabs. Alright. Is there a better ring I can wear for electrical... lightning damage protection? I'm not going to worry about it right now. Luckily, we're actually not that far into the fortress, all things considered. What is this? Now, somebody left a Lloyd's talisman there. So the thing I get worried about, and I probably shouldn't have picked that up, is... You know, I'm playing on the PC... And people can hack your game, so to speak. You know, like, usually it's, you know, if an invader or somebody drops... Oh, great, we got the physics going. Nice. Trying to fling it off. There we go. Sometimes if, like, if somebody comes into your world and gives you an item, sometimes it can start screwing up your game, so I probably shouldn't have picked that up. I don't know if that's actually true. Yeah, so I don't know where this guy was the last time we ran through here. First things first, let's make sure we get that before we die. All right. Now we want the rusted iron ring. So here's a good place. You know, I think they're only, you know, one-time deals here, but you can farm. Assuming you just don't get killed immediately. Gotta watch out for that one. That one will get you, even if you're blocking. All right. Yeah, so if you need some Demon Titanite, this is a good place to get it. Scythe, I think, is a pretty good weapon. I don't actually need the Demon Titanite, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah, if you didn't have the Rusted Ring, this might be, like, slow going. Oh, it was just the two? I thought there was more. Oops. Oh, thought I had him. All right. One more swing. There we go. Yeah, maybe that's it. I thought there was like 3 or 4 down here. Let's go back to... There's the gold Covetous Serpent Ring, and there's silver. Gold lets you find more items, which is probably the more interesting one. Silver lets you get more souls per enemy. So, you know, it's a sort of a way to speed up your leveling, I guess, a little bit. And yeah, we're right back at the beginning. This was another one of those, you know, I was saying in the Undead Burg, there was an item I could never figure out how to get for the longest time. That item there was also one I couldn't figure out for the longest time. Now what I probably should do, since I'm right here at the beginning, is I should head out to the bonfire and spend these souls, but that's not in the spirit of Sen's Fortress. So let's keep this risky. Some skin in the game. So again, he's back to being there, but we don't have to worry about him. So here's the thing, I don't... Does something sometimes reset the boulders? I never quite know. Oops, that was stupid. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be coming this way. Okay, so I'm gonna... All right. Now, if the boulder's coming this way, I'm going to follow it down and make my way. I don't want to... Oh, maybe I can risk it. Nope. See if this door helps us out here at all. Can't tell. So this is the, yeah, this is the elevator from... Okay, yeah, this will help us. Here we go. Now we can send it down, whatever, but we don't really need to anymore. We're basically done with the early half of this. So let's we're done with the early part of this, so we can sort of ignore the boulders going forward. Whoa. I think that's... I thought you just die if you fall down there, so I don't want to risk it with 20,000 souls. I gotta tell you, having the Black Knight Halberd, it's making this a lot easier. It only takes 2 hits to drop these guys, maybe 3. And again, like the longer I have to fight things, the more likely I am to make mistakes. So this really helps. The Man Serpent Greatsword is also a great strength build. Also, it might even be one of the better strength build weapons. So if you get that, you're sort of, and you're not doing a halberd or something, that could be a good weapon to carry you through if you bump it up. Now, here's one of the harder parts of this game, because you got to deal with him while you're dealing with those. And I don't actually have a good solution for it at the moment, I don't think. Because I think whoops. I don't have many, I do have arrows. Spells can be helpful. But basically, he can knock you off with lightning, so you gotta just make sure you don't get pushed off the ledge by his ranged attacks. Alright. That went a little better than I expected. So we've made our way now to the top of Sen's Fortress. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to... Because I know where to go, I'm going to run here and just quickly run off this ledge. Light this bonfire, because that means we have cleared most of Sen's Fortress. Okay, so now that we've got our equipment load up to 85, I'm wondering if we are able to put some gloves back on. And still fast roll, there we go. Alright, so we've got the bonfire. You know, I should... I think I've got a twin humanity. Do I have any other humanity? No. Question is, can I do this on 5 Estus? when the time comes. You can summon a guy here. There's a part of me that wants to... Also, I can get another level because I've got... but part of me wants to bump this one up and see if we can do this in human form, because there's a summoner, there's a summon you can bring in. Whoa. Alright, we're going to get a couple levels here, I think. I feel like since I've got the Black Knight Halberd, I should just be burning all of the other souls as well. The souls I'm getting from the bosses. Because I'm not gonna use those weapons or anything. Let's kindle. I don't care about the spells. And let's level up. Again, I'm putting it into endurance because I want to be able to not wear Havel's ring and still fast roll. Let's see what we're at with that. I think I still need Havel's ring, but I just want to see what we're working with. 21, so we need to get it 84 or so. I think it's 25%, so long ways to go without Havel's ring. Did I just get invaded? I think I just got invaded. Well, that sucks. Because I was hoping to do this without that, but here we go. Does he not get hurt by that? Oh. That's weird. I thought that was gonna... Okay, I was hoping that would take him out. Alright, well I still get the 10 Estus, but I won't be able to summon... let me go get my souls here real quick. Now, I was talking earlier about, like, you know, the Baldur side sword. One place you can farm for them is in that church near the beginning. Another place is somewhere around here. Again, I think it's the guys with the target shields that have the Baldur side sword. I don't know what those weapons are if they're not. Alright, that'll help you, obviously, protect against fire. Very handy as we... But, you know, they give you, like, warning it's coming. You can sort of see the scorch marks on the ground, right? And you can sort of, if you keep moving, usually you're fine. It sort of tries to track you as you make your way through the fort, but it's always a little behind. So if you keep moving, it's not so bad. Here's another one of these guys that we encountered in that early church. Not a lot of room to move here, but... I don't know if you... Oh, wait, yeah, okay. This guy looks similar to the guy that you encounter in the very beginning of the game. Oh no, different weapon, sorry. But it had similar armor, different shield, obviously, but I wonder if there's any connection between the two. Obviously, that's Ricard. I assume. Again, make sure you check those chests, because we've already encountered our first Mimic. And from here on... I think the rare Ring of Sacrifice... Oh, it nullifies curse. That's the... Yeah, that's not true. Does look like it could be, but it's not. Obviously, as I try it 3 times and sort of get an idea of, like, you know, where we've been, you know. That's where the blacksmith is over there. Undead Berg's probably over there somewhere. You're able to get down onto that roof. There's the 2 giants that open the door. You can get there, and I actually do not remember how at the moment. I know there's a secret door somewhere. Oh, maybe it's where the demon Titanites are. You go up the ladder. Maybe there's a secret door around there somewhere. So that's the guy that's dropping the boulders in on the thing. You can make a jump. Ooh. I think you can jump off there and get to him. That's... yeah, you can't stand still. The one sad thing... It's not sad. The disappointing thing for me is that when you kill him, he respawns. So it's, I kind of wish it was one of those things where if you killed that giant, you permanently disabled the boulder traps in the whole fortress. I thought that would have been a nice touch. But that is not how it works. All right. Again, you got to keep moving. Again, it's always a little bit behind, so you just gotta... There we go. You gotta make sure you do the jump where the parts are closest, and then you meet this NPC over here. Oop.
Another undead, eh? I took on Sen's fortress alone, but I'm no different from those vile creatures. I was driven by conceit. Ah, you think you're different? That you can handle it?
I don't know if I've done something weird, but I feel like their dialogue is much softer than it should be compared to the rest of the...
So, let me help you out with your soul searching. There's nothing more to say. I'm finished. We're both on the brink, you see. End of story. You bloody fool.
Okay, so he's got, you know, Green Blossom is a nice buff for your stamina regen, which is sort of what the Grass Crest Shield does. What else? He's got large Titanite charges are always great. Green if we needed that, but we don't really. He does have the Onion Bro. This is interesting because, you know, I think, again, like in different timelines, you know, like that sorcerer doesn't make it. I wonder in different timelines the Onion Bro didn't make it and he grabbed it. Lightning defense, which we don't need anymore. There's nothing that we have to have. I mean, maybe the most useful thing would be large Titanite shards, but we can
Nothing at all.
figure that out later.
Rush in like
So now you want to make this trip because if you don't have the master key, you want to head down here. It's a bit of a haul. A little reminiscent of the towers in Demon Souls 1-1. Need to get better at the backstab since I'm going to stick with this weapon. And you get the cage key. If you didn't have the master key, that cage key is what opens up, I think it's what opens up Master Logan's, and it also opens up some other cages. Okay, so again, there's a couple things you can do here. You can just jump off here because you get this item. But again, you gotta still be careful because I think you can get hit by the exploding whatever's with the sniper crossbow. Got improved range. Alright, now we make our way over the rest of the top here. So, you know, in my first playthrough, it was tough. I just saw a phantom drop. But this was one area I didn't mind the frustration. I thought this was really, I think this is the Baldur side sword guy. And getting that gold covetous ring obviously is a good way to bump up your item discovery if you want to farm for it. But yeah, I never minded the frustration with this just because I just found this so much fun. Let's see. I wonder if the master key would have worked here or if you had to use the cage key. This is a shortcut that you can unlock. So we're basically back at the beginning. You know, you can pop off, pop back in. So now we can get... And it's helpful because, you know, we still have to run from point to point in this point of the game. So if we wanted to get to the bottom, and it's not a big deal anymore. But what this also does, this is part of the reason why I like to speed to Anor Londo. I mean, again, everybody's going to play this game, already has. Anor Londo opens up fast travel. Which, again, that must have been such a... You know, to the people who weren't playing this, you know, there was no fast travel in Demon Souls. And you haven't been able to fast travel yet. So it must have been such a, like, oh, thank God, kind of moment. So you want to, I think I'm doing magic, but I think fire might be more... Well, maybe. Who knows? So you got to deal with this guy. And it's a tough fight because, one, he clips through walls. Two, the camera's a mess. And what you wanted to do is you want to wait for him to sort of spaz out. He'll keep attacking, but eventually he'll just go nuts. This might be it. Once he does, though, he big guy wears himself out, so you can get a couple of free shots in. I have no idea how hurt he is. I'm actually surprised he's been down for this long. There we go. You want to deal with that because it's gonna... We're right at the boss fight. You can see the boss right there. If this guy's still alive, he's gonna throw his bombs at you. So you want to make sure you deal with him. And I think, you know, like all the other giants, I think he respawns, so it's kind of disappointing. I don't have any humanity, I think. Also disappointing. Because you can run over here. There might be reasons to run over here as well, but if you run over here, there's a summon. And it might be that guy you just talked to, the merchant in the heavy armor. But yeah, you can summon help for this fight. Let's see. He's going to do physical and maybe lightning. I didn't buy the lightning, I don't think. So I'm going to put on this just to boost being able to take a hit. And now we're going to deal with the boss of Sen's Fortress. Here we go. Nope, that's not lightning. Okay, it's just pure. So now the trick with this guy is you can... It's very much like the Demon Souls Knight. You know, you gotta chip away at his legs. You can get him to fall. He'll just grab you and throw you off, so you gotta watch for grab attacks. You can also get him to fall off the... This is the grab attack you gotta watch out for. You can... Basically, he body slams you, so if you're in the right spot, he'll just body slam you into the ground. But if you're in the wrong spot, he'll throw you off the ledge. And you can get him to fall, and if you do it in the right spot, he'll fall off the bridge himself. But I think you gotta do it on the bridge, not on this... Oh crap, this round area here. So there's a lot of tricks that speedrunners and better players can pull off. Again, just make sure you don't run off the ledge here. I'm lost track of where I am. Oh, did that... Oh, give me a break. Luckily, I'm still on solid ground, but I didn't expect that to get me. Nope. Again, I should be still on solid ground. I mistimed the roll. Stupid to... He's gonna go down here, I think. Can I just keep swinging? I miss. There we go. That's funny. Oh, there's the humanity. Okay, and then we can touch this and enjoy the cutscene. Now, I have to confess, the first time I played this game, the grandeur of this view was not lost on me. I was like, whoa. You spend the whole time you're dealing with grungy walls, ruins, and all of a sudden you hit this beautiful sun-kissed, you know, grand city. And I was just like, whoa. And also, had, you know, borrows from that Demon Souls thing where, you know, you get gargoyles to sort of bridge a gap that might not otherwise know how to bridge. Like in Demon Souls, it's in I think between 3.1 and 3.2. Do these guys? I don't know if they bother you if you don't bother them. It's a good way to like farm for, you know, I think they give you like 1,500, 2,000 souls each. They can give you like large Titanite chunks or something. But first things first, we're going to go here. Get this bonfire. Spend these souls. So I guess I can get my... So, I mean, like 40 is good for strength. Endurance... I feel like it should be higher if I want to take off that hovel ring, but I also want to start getting my vitality up, right? Let's see. Yeah, don't need that. Yeah, whatever. What about my armor? I'm wearing boots, and am I not wearing anything else? You know, I'll keep pumping the boots up, I guess.
Welcome to the lost city of Anor Londo, chosen undead. If you seek Lord Gwyn's old keep, exit here and head straight yonder. If you are the chosen one, a revelation shall visit thee. What follows thereafter depends upon you. What is it? What am I? Well, I am the keeper of the bonfire. If not for me, what beacon would there be in this lost city? A gatekeeper and a guide.
So she's not a classic firekeeper maiden or whatever, but she can serves the function here.
Bonfires attended by the keepers are special. They are linked to one another, and their flames never die. Yet never shall the keepers of these flames meet. If you require rest...
So I don't quite understand the lore, like why she's different.
That is, after all, what the bonfire is for.
But she sort of looks like the guy we kicked off the ledge early on in the game, right?
If you require rest, now is the time. That is, after all...
To give us the ring of favor and protection. So because of that, I always sort of associated her with being a little bit more on the evil side. And so because of that, I don't see her I don't hold her in the same regard as I do the other Firekeeper maidens, which becomes a thing because I don't know if this is smart or not, but when I start getting other bonfires unlocked here, I tend to kill her, take her Firekeeper soul to boost my Estus flask. Let's see if we can draw them one at a time. You're actually sort of getting a good look. Right there you get there's two chests. One of them is a mimic. And so there's the other way you can sort of tell which chest is a mimic. It's not just the chain, the color's off. And then furthermore, I think... Oh, that... And furthermore, I think you can... I think somebody said you could see them breathing. I thought I saw that on like a lore video or something. Shield slams you gotta back away from because they have a little bit of area of effect behind them. Yeah, let's see if we can see them breathing at all. Because this one, you can see the chains going the wrong way. Oh yeah, the lid's going up a little bit. Look at that. Huh. Nope. Now I gotta actually fight this guy because I screwed up. The grab attack is the one you gotta watch out for because it's a one shot. The kick will hit hard, but it won't necessarily one shot you. The grab, though, just I think will. Crystal Halberd will do a lot of damage, but it's very fragile. More Twinkling Titanite, which is good because that's what we need for our halberd. I always wondered if, like, I'm sure this is not the case, but, you know, in the old Ultima games, the glass swords were one-shot weapons, one-use weapons, but would basically kill anything. And I wonder if there was some inspiration taken for the crystal weapons being high damage, but high fragility. I'm just running back here because I'm probably going to die in the next area, so I just want to make sure that I don't lose too much. So this is the part of Anor Londo I don't really love, and it was because, again, a lot of the opinions I have of this game are formed from my first playthrough, and what really, it's not quite as hard now, but the things I remember making me want to throw my controller at first, and this run here was one of them. So now, like, you know, the way, like, original bosses become just normal enemies. This is like the rooftop gargoyle from the... I think you can cut their tails off still if you want. Oop. Yeah. I don't think they come back. I think that's what all that means, but I don't recall. So yeah, this part's pretty annoying. I think there's some items to pick up here first, so I'll take care of that. But then we start the first part of Anor Londo. Oh, there's the chest. Okay. Wonder what weapons. I mean, I know the Drake sword, so obviously any dragon-based weapon is gonna need the Demon Titanite, I guess. And here we go. It's a cool idea. But it's very irritating when you're bad at this game and you have to do this next section like 10 times before you get through. Like, it's just like, ugh. All right, here we go. Also, you know, I mentioned, I don't know if it was in the Demon Souls run. I've got a, a stupid fear of heights, and even though this is fake, it still kicks in a little bit. But mostly it's just irritating. You can see all the... So what I like to do, and I don't know if it works, is I like to stand here on a corner. Just absorb whatever they do, because eventually they're going to come at me. So if I stand here on the corner... Nope, it didn't work here. Sometimes you can get them to fall off. Nope. This is bring back memories. Yeah, it's so part of it for me is it feels like it's an arbitrary video game challenge thrown in, if that makes sense. It's like, I mean, it makes sense to a degree with the level design, but part of it's also like, yeah, I mean, you know, it just feels like, let's put this challenge in here. I gotta figure out the backstabs. I don't know why. Holy cow. Now, again, I think I'm going too far. Not far. I don't know what it is. With the axe, I was going too far. When I need to be slightly off center. The real trick is you got to watch it because, like, your momentum will. He's not going to help. Your momentum will carry you off the ledge. Like, if you have heavy weapons like this and your swing moves you around a little bit, you got to be careful. You want to get here and you want to cut the chain, drops to the chandelier down. All right, let's do this next one. Maybe I'm just standing in the wrong spot, but sometimes what they do is I think we've saw they have like this sort of jumping attack, and they'll jump at you for their opening move, and of course they'll just fall. So you just want them to do that. Here we go. And if they do that, this is a piece of cake. There's one more. No, there's another one of those creatures. Again, I think those are... And the first time I encountered them, I said when somebody dies with a lot of faith. I think when somebody with a huge humanity pool dies, those things can come into being. And when you kill it, of course, you get a little humanity. See if he does the jump. Nope. Now that was an item. That was a creature I did not see for a really long time. In fact, I might not have even seen it in one of my own playthroughs first. I might have seen it in a video. Now the problem is if you drop down there, you can't really get back up, I think. Oops, forgot. Throwing knives are a good, like, kiting weapon if you don't have, like, a crossbow or something. Okay, so I think the creature's now above us. You know, for the longest time, I had trouble figuring out how to get to that chest. I'll get it in a second, but what I want to do is... I don't ever want to have to do that roof crossing again, so... I think what I need to do is I need to... So now that, you know, it opens up, so we can skip the roof crossing, you know, we can just run straight through, right? But we can also... Oop. I think it's going to unlock another potential bonfire. You know, it's always like the stairs with slashing attacks will throw them off if you're at a different height. All right, so let's see. So we dropped this down a level. So this, I think, is going to be the bottom level of the church. But the trick with this elevator... Let's deal with this guy. Or did it fall off the ledge and die? Okay. So, that's the bottom level of the church. But we can also... The secret here is that you can drop this down a second time. So I like that little touch, like, you know, it's like, oh, I did it. I lowered the elevator, but yeah, it's sort of like, but what happens if it sort of, you know, rewards the curious mind? So it's going to go down one more time. And there we go. We got a new bonfire, so we don't have to worry about that first one anymore. And so this is when I get to the point where I start to contemplate, okay, maybe I can take care of that other, the woman in the gold armor, get her Firekeeper soul. She seems sketchy based on her armor matching the Ring of Favor and Protection. Got a big statue of Lord Gwyn. More on this later. So what we can do now is we can go to the floor of the church. Since we've been back to the Undead Asylum, we've been back to our cell, and we picked up the doll. We could open up an optional area that's actually one of my favorites in the game. I just love the atmosphere of it, the painted world. But I don't want to do that quite yet. And there's a reason why, and it's like I was saying, I try and speed through Anor Londo as much as I can because it opens up fast travel. And then it's not such a big deal to bounce around the rest of the world. You can go mop up stuff, do whatever you want, because it's not such a slog running back and forth. Now, I didn't rest at that bonfire. I wonder if that makes a difference. All right. Again, it's probably going to be a bunch of throwing knives. Although I've heard their the Guardian Sword is not bad for one-handed slashing bleed kind of build. Get some sorcery right there. If we use the doll with that painting, we get absorbed into the level, and it's kind of tough to get out without having to go through the whole thing. And I will absolutely do it because I love that level, but I want to do it after I unlock the fast travel, because I think it makes it a little possible to get in and out if you want, without having to run through the whole thing. All right, so there we are, but now you can see we can't get up to where we need to go, so we gotta, nope, so we gotta run down to this area. What do I need to level? 12-7. What do I got? No, that's what I have. What do I need to level? I thought I told you somewhere. Or just on the odd coincidence. Let me go rest down there just to make sure I didn't screw it up. It'd be crazy if I had the exact amount of souls you need to level. Last time I thought it was in the 11,000 range, but let me rest here. Okay, 15. All right. What do you think? Do I just start burning boss souls? I'm never gonna use them. That's what I ended up doing my Demon Souls run. I was like, I held on to them until the very end, and I just used them all. Let's do it. See what we got. I don't think we get it. Yeah, Moonlight Butterfly doesn't give you a ton. Alright. Because 2.5 levels. Get my vitality up to 20 and then maybe start pumping more into endurance or strength. Again, get my equipment load up. Oh, wait. Yeah. Like a typical, you get like, 40 strength. I don't need 40 dex. 40 vitality, 40 endurance. Because I think this is one of the soft cap games where there's no point going above 40 really. And I sort of carry that mentality through all the Souls games, like even in Elden Ring where I think there is a reason to go above it. Alright, so here's the next worst run, and this has maybe one of the most frustrating moments of the entire game. For a game that's filled with frustrating moments, that might not have been smart. He might be able to get through the gate, so I might not have to deal with him regardless. But yeah, I'm doing like my impatience is already... Some of these guys can heal, so you just gotta be careful, I think. And again, you gotta watch out for the shield slam. Because that'll get you at range. A little bit of range, a little AoE. Okay. I didn't actually think that would work. Okay, so again, here's a great place to... Let's get some throwing knives going. And let's see if we can... Interestingly, you can knock that guy off the ledge with like a crossbow. So again, like here's the gargoyles that actually brought you up to this area. Now they're the enemy. This will cause bleed damage. So I don't quite get the lure of why they carry you up and then... But, that's fine, whatever. Yeah, you gotta watch out that stab. It'll go right through shields. All right. And here it is. The most frustrating part of this whole game. Let's see how we do. Go here. You gotta be careful. Run up this ledge. And you're facing this Black Knights shooting arrows at you. What you want to do is you want to go to the one on the right, knock him off the ledge, get around him, and go. The easiest way to do that is to be able to parry. I am bad at parrying, but you want to keep moving because the guy behind you is going to shoot. Can't parry a shoulder throw, so... Okay, so we got by him, but we got to be careful of the arrows that knock you off the ledge and you're dead. A lot of trauma. Let me think about this for a sec. Okay. There's actually, I think, a guy, I don't know, a chance of me being able to find it and link to it in the show notes are basically zero, but somebody actually wrote like a whole article about Demon Souls, the genius behind it, but the total frustration behind it, and maybe it didn't quite have the balance right, etc., etc. And this moment was the moment where he quit the game, and it sort of became this famous, like, yeah, fuck this guy. And he just walked away from the game because of this specific moment. And I can tell you, in my first run through, I really struggled with the roof, and I really struggled with this to the point where, nope, I want to go to the other side. Obviously, I've played all the Souls games except for Sekiro. And sometimes there have been moments, as much as I love these games, there have been moments where I'm just sitting there going, like, this is actually actively not fun. Like, I think, at least for my personal taste, the balance is off. And so you can sort of blow by, but I was going to say you can sort of blow by everything if you want, but it gets tricky because then the chances of you getting surprised and hitting the back and one-shotted go up, and then, then you have to do the whole run over again, and it's sort of like the frustration sort of snowballs. And the reality is that in order to avoid the frustration, just have the patience, deal with these things, take a breath. Whoa. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, let me see let me just see if I can fast roll with a crossbow. Probably not, but if you you can lock on, maybe the sniper crossbow will do it. Do I have bolts? I do. Okay. So you can sort of, at some point, lock onto them. Whoa. Look at that thing. Nope. Okay, and if you shoot him... Yeah, you just knock him right off. So you don't even have to worry about him. But you have to be able to do it without slow rolling. Okay, again, oh, forgot about this guy. You can sort of forget about this guy. Whoops. If you just run for it. But he might hit you with a lightning attack from behind. So you just gotta be careful. Okay, I'm gonna max out my health. I'm gonna go for it. Here we go. Should be rolling the whole way up just to avoid any lightning attacks from behind. Gotta be careful. Sometimes these things can bleed through the corner, but here we go. Can I do it in one? Okay. Again, the trick is just getting around him. And again, parrying You can knock him off the ledge. I don't know if it's a kick or a parry. I don't know what the best way is. But once you're through, you're done. It's just, holy cow. Again, scarring from the original run of this. So let's rest. Let's get that level. Getting our vitality up to 20. And we'll talk to our friend here.
You are. You've been quiet these days. Smooth summoning out there. Anytime you see my brilliantly shining signature, do not hesitate to call upon me. You've left me with quite an impression. I would relish a chance to assist you.
Whoops.
You really are fond of chatting with me, aren't you? If I didn't know better, I'd think you had feelings for me. Oh no, dear me. Pretend you didn't hear that.
All right. Let's, again, make sure we exhaust the dialogue. Okay, there we go. We've got 1 humanity, and I think that's all we've got in our pocket at the moment. Oh no, we got a couple. So this is a good bonfire to kindle up to 10 at least. But we're not going to do that yet. We're going to sort of make our way through a little bit. So now we're dealing with the Silver Knights instead of the Black Knights. I sort of always saw these as like, the Black Knights are part of the, Team Anor Londo. And then, but they're the stormtroopers. And then, the Silver Knights are more like the Emperor's Guard, the red outfitted stuff from... Again, a better player would be pairing these guys. I think is this, I don't want to do this. Oh. So I think that means somewhere somebody's put down a symbol. I think I had it wrong. They put down the symbol and that makes the level harder. It doesn't, it's not that you have to go get summoned. It'll make the whole level harder until you put down the sign, until you deal with the sign and kill the guy. I don't know how much harder it makes it. I don't know if it puts like red phantoms in. I don't know if it, so you can see this one's... Now you can use, I think we've been picking up items called Lloyd's Talismans. If you toss a Lloyd's Talisman at it, it'll go to sleep and it'll let you grab the object without having to kill it. Oop, I almost got the grab attack there. And so yeah, you can get its treasure without having to deal with it. Now those coins, I don't think they actually do anything. So, gotta figure out the back. There we go. Maybe, yeah, I gotta get that pattern down. See a Titanite demon down there. Not sure how he got in. But he's unable to get out because he's too big. So, this level is a huge maze and you have to undo the whole thing, and you can eventually unlock a door that's a shortcut and yada 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 by going up to the... There's another way to do it. To let you sequence break a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to... Nope, I fell all the way down. You can jump the ledge and that lets you sort of avoid doing a bunch of the level if you want to. It basically lets you be able to unlock that door right there, and that lets you not have to deal with a bunch of stuff on the roof over and over. Again, it's not like I'm an expert player, but it's sort of the fun of like watching a speedrunner because you learn little tricks. So we've gotten over the ledge, so now we can get into this room. And we're going to do it anyway because it, we need to advance an NPC story quest, so we got to do the roof anyway, but this way is just a little bit of a shortcut. Interesting thing about this guy, he actually doesn't go hostile unless you get right up on him. Alright, so now we've got the shortcut. Again, you can tell by the color of the chains. Let's see. This Titanite demon is a tough fight just because the room is so confined. I don't know if he's actually tougher overall. But there's less room to move so that when he does his jump attack, you're more likely to be in range. Seems like he's tougher too. It seems like he's got more hit points. But maybe that's just a figment of my imagination. And the thing is, of course, he's totally optional. I don't need the Demon Titanite. And people love to co-op Anor Londo, so usually you can... Oops. You can get help with this if you want. If you summon people and they see this guy still here, they'll often help you. This might have been a mistake. Whoa. There we go. Oh, he gives you 2, so maybe he is tougher. So basically, yeah, you can make your way into the main chamber. There's a couple things you can do here. Got a couple of these guards. There's a knight over there that's going to shoot arrows at you. Let's deal with the knight who shoots arrows at you first. You can cut a... Well, there's also another blacksmith here. It's your main blacksmith. Broken window indicates you can head out on that ledge. But the nice thing about this blacksmith is he sells twinkling titanite. So if you farm souls, you can get everything you need to max out your Black Knight halberd. He's also just an all-around good guy. Just gotta be a little careful. Okay. He's a guy who can get your stuff, usually you can get up to plus 10 or something if you want to go higher. You need certain items, but you also need the best blacksmith. So I think he's one of the guys that can take your stuff past plus 10. Let's purchase item, because I think twinkling titanites are 8. Let's buy 2 and see if we have enough left over to... Yeah, I don't need any more. Let's see if we have enough left over to buff up the... We don't... Oh, because we need 3 at this point. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, you just gotta be careful because outside are the enemies, and if you get into a fight and then it ends up damaging him, he can turn hostile, and then it turns into a mess. Then you lose your best blacksmith, and you're kind of screwed, etc., etc. All right, so that's enough to get that third Twinkling Titanite. So let's see if we also have enough to up it to +3. I think we do. All right, so we've got enough Twinkling Titanite to get it up to +4. So we're getting there. It's not bad. Again, you can see just how getting this sort of simplifies the whole path forward, right? You don't have to worry about spending souls on a bunch of different items, upgrading a bunch of different weapons. You just get this weapon, you know what you're doing. Just worry about that. So now what you can do, when you make your run for the boss, if you summon people in, I like to clear everything out, then make my way back to the bonfire. I'm going to hit this lever. Then make my way back to the bonfire, summon in help, so we can just go like a straight shot to the boss, so that way people don't feel like they have to, again, opening up shortcuts. That way people don't feel like they have to, like, you know, deal with the riffraff. They're just here for the Ornstein and Smough fight. Let's just let them skip to the good stuff. But I'm not going to do this yet because I'm probably going to have to hit the bonfire again. Because I think I'm going to want to kindle it up to 10. There's a lot of stuff we still haven't done yet, etc., etc. But I don't want to go human and kindle all that stuff until I'm ready for the boss, because this is probably one of the most active multiplayer areas in the game, so I feel like I'm just as likely to get invaded. As I am to summon help. So this is how we would have done things had we come the other way. We would have come up the stairs here for the original staircase. Going that way would let us go to where we need to unlock stuff. We could also go this way. Again, I don't know why I'm not getting the backstab. I mean, it's because, again, I just haven't figured out the positioning. I need to do that. Get decent souls for fighting these guys, so it's not a bad place to farm. And I think they can drop stuff, but here you go. This is why we need to come down here.
Whatever can be done. Ah, you again. Let me guess. Were you repelled by the Silver Knights? Ah, don't be ashamed. 'Tis the fate of vanguards like you and I. I'll think of something. We can overcome this together.
I feel like the mix is really off. I don't know why their dialogue is so soft. I don't know if it's something I've done.
We'll need another 3, no, maybe 5 bodies. Quite a fix indeed.
Let's just make sure we exhaust his dialogue, because, again, he's one storyline I want to make sure I get right. Okay. So you're starting to get the idea. His storyline is that, you know, he's trying to be a hero, and at every step of the way, he gets stuck. Oop. I forgot there was a guy right there. Oh. Nope. Okay, this is going badly. You got to be careful here again because you don't want Sigmar to get killed. So I'm going to run up the stairs a little bit. Hopefully somebody follows. At least heal up if nothing else. I should probably put my gold covetous ring on, so I can, if there's any equipment to be picked up from these guys, I should be getting it, but I don't know what they might drop that would be of interest. Sigmar still, he's good. Okay, there's a third guy in here, I think. This one's good, all right. Trying to do as much as I can on this one Estus Flask run, so I don't have to go reload. There's one guy there. Is there two, or is it just the one? I can tell you right now, those messages are going to be dirty jokes about the painting. There you go, there's one. So, yeah. Boops. So is this how you would have come up to the roof? And then, yeah, okay. Make your way down. You free him, so now his quest, he can keep moving forward. But again, yeah, it's a tough thing, right? In his mind, he wants to be the hero, but he is not. And so you have to be very careful that the last step, you have to let him do something to make sure his storyline progresses. And the first time I played this game, I think I did too much so that he didn't, take the next step forward. So let me see. I feel like I've covered most of this. There's one thing I haven't done yet. I am out of Estus, but I'm hoping I can do this last bit without. Head down here. It's a little dark. And again, you want to be careful because there's going to be a bunch of chests. Okay, that's a mimic. That's legit. I don't know if there's two mimics or one mimic. Dragon Tooth, that's the weapon that Havel hit us with. Havel's Great Shield, so we're sort of getting his business here. These are legit. Again, Havel's armor, it's pretty good to go against the Four Kings. Because you just stand there, tank damage. I think that's it. So I think the only thing left now is this mimic. And I don't know if we actually need what he drops. Oh, the Occult Club. Yes, we do. The Occult Club is a good way to deal with some of... I think I was saying the first Undead Nito. Like, you need a blessed weapon to permanently kill the adds in that fight. The easiest way to get a blessed... It's not the easiest, but clearly, we're in Anor Londo, having dealt with some of the hardest challenges of the game. But you can take that Occult Club and you can sort of break it down a little bit. An Occult Club is a club that's like a +5 blessed club that's been buffed up one more time. Okay, so we need, so you can take it to the blacksmith and you can sort of downgrade it one level and then it becomes the blessed club you need. What do we got for 2 humanity? So I'm not going to have very many chances to go for this. I'm trying to see, our halberds at 3, so I think we need 2 Titanites at 16. And then we need another couple thousand to buff it up. So I don't have that. So let's use the humanity. And let's go for it. Oh, I only need to use 1. Crap. Okay. But the thing is, even if there's no human players to offer help, Sunbro here will help us, and that's enough, really, to take on Ornstein and Smough most of the time. Let's kindle. And I could put my sign down as well. Every time and this is a good place to farm souls. You know, you put your sign down, you help people out, because everybody's always looking to help. Oh, that's the Grave Lord. Okay, so if I dealt with him, I could maybe make it a little easier. I wonder if, like, the enemies just have more HP or something. They hit harder. I wonder if that's going to make Ornstein and Smough fight a little harder. I think I might have just gotten invaded. This is going to be annoying. So this is the thing, right? Like, yeah, he's got the drag. That you can do that dragon spell to. That was the old trick to get the HP hack, or not HP. You could just get like unlimited souls. I wonder what happens. You know, since I don't know what's the word. Let's see what happens. Cool. That's fine. So what annoys me is that, like, that guy's probably gonna, anytime I try and go human to summon help, that guy's gonna be there to invade. And I've only got 1 humanity left. Ornstein and Smough solo is obviously not easy. A 2-on-1 fight's never easy. But the trick to it is that one's fast, one's slow. And so if you can separate them, you take one out. But I say that like, okay, so that's 16, so that's the 2 Twinkling Titanites we'll need. Let me put my symbol down, just see if anybody needs help here. Or do I just go level a couple of times? Or once? Let me go do that. No, I don't have it. Now, I've never invaded a Gravelord thing. That's why I'm kind of curious. But at the same time, So I'm not into the PvP, right? So I don't dig invaders, and I don't dig the Gravelord stuff. You know, this area, what's awesome about this area is it's a great place to help players out. And so when there's stuff going on that jams you up from doing that, I know it's part of the game and etc. That's fine, but it doesn't make it any less irritating. So it's telling me, okay, you got a Gravelord servant somewhere. I've only got 400 souls, so I don't care. I don't know if it makes us more likely to get invaded. There's just, yeah, I don't think I don't think the Gravelord servant stuff is incredibly well understood by typical people, typical players. Again, mopping up these guys is pretty simple. So it's, like I said, it's a good way to farm souls. Every one of them gives you like 1,000. I don't know why I just got a bonus. Usually that's done because of somebody doing something. But let me, we don't need that. What you can do is you can put down your sign, and it's a good way to get humanity. And so what you can do, you know, I'm not going to do it too much. I just want to get another humanity, so I have 2 shots at it. But what you can do is you can get, you can run around this area pretty far. So you can just like farm Silver Knights for 1,000 a pop while you leave your sign down, and sort of a mindless farm. And then if you're lucky, you'll get called in, fight Arnstein Smoke, get a butt ton of souls, and drop the Sunbro requirement down. Let's head over, because I think you can run around through most of the upper castle here and still have that sign active. Sometimes if you get too far away from stuff, they'll remove your sign. But here you've got some pretty decent amount of leeway for where you go. Nope. See, now if I could have done that on the ledge, that would have been pretty easy. The most important time to be able to learn how to parry is for the final boss. It turns what is for me, again, one of those moments where I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. I had to do all sorts of crazy stuff because you could get Sunbro to help you in the final fight. All right, so let's modify equipment. Let's see. We're going to take this occult club. We're going to undo its ascension. Now it becomes a divine club +5. And that's good. What do we need for the... We're dealing with 3, right? Oh, 2. All right, now we need 4 for the last step. Okay. The other nice thing about this Black Knight Halberd is it does not require a Titanite slab to ascend to the +5 level. So you can use it for a piece of armor, shield, something else that you might want to max out instead. Or it's not such a big deal if you miss one out in the world. I think there's one in that tree that I started to run around in that leads down to Ash Lake. The trick with this is you don't want to aggro 2 at once. Nope, too slow. I think he was able to get that heal off. Oof. Oh, because my stamina was gone. You know, This is obviously part of the farming. You know, I don't... I wonder if this is where the Grave Lord put his symbol. I don't know, what do you think? Do I risk it? How long have I been going? Let's do this. Let's risk it once. I'll probably get invaded. It'll ruin the whole thing. But maybe we'll get lucky. Because again, we don't need a human player. I just need to be able to get to the fight, get Sunbro, and get in. And if I don't, then I'll have to solo it. Maybe I'll do that next time. Because that'll be probably a hot mess. That's my summon sign, alright. Here we go. Let's cancel my summon sign, because then that I think will let me summon. Get some people in here. Have some fun. Also will help me deal with an invader, I guess, but you can see their symbols are gold. That's again means they're the Sunbro. And summon this guy. Again, is it going to make it too easy? Maybe. Is it more about having fun and letting other people have a good time? Definitely. They get the Praise the Sun pose because they're in the club. Again, it's going to trivialize it, but you know, I've beaten this game. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. No, they got the backstab, all right. Again, usually if I weren't so worried about getting invaded or if I wasn't so low on humanity, I would have cleared all this out so we could do a straight boss run. He's doing a little role-playing there. He's busting out the binoculars. Probably to get his crossbow aimed properly. Because what you can do is you can look through the binoculars, and then when you switch to your ranged weapon, it'll be pointing exactly where the binoculars are pointed. So my main job then in the next fight is going to be to keep everybody alive. And to stay alive myself. Oops, I'm going to go deal with this guy. Now, the way I can do that is I can heal people. They can't heal themselves. What I can do is I can heal by drinking. Oh, I thought my Estus would heal them. So they might have to do it with humanity. But here we go. Best fight in the game, one of the highlights of the entire Soul series. So again, you can see one of them's fast, one of them's slow. Now what they should do is they should read who I'm attacking. All right, so first guy's down. So usually what they do is somebody should sort of keep one occupied while the others deal with the... And usually the way you judge it is the hosting player attacks one, the summons, this is what I do, will then go and distract. They'll, like, one will help if you have two like this, you'll have one help the host. And then my job as a summon would be to make sure So again, my job is to stay alive, which I'm not doing a good job of. Because I can't see where he is. Now let's get healed up and do this proper. Okay, so the main attack here you gotta worry about is when he does a butt slam, because it's got a lightning AoE. He also has a charge with this hammer that's a little rough. You gotta make sure you're behind a pillar. Alright, it's down. So I'm going to do... Oh, they're gone already. I was going to try and give them a wave, a bow, something. Now I get a sunlight medal because, again, of the Jolly Cooperation. Again, this is going to be a dirty joke.
Thou hast journeyed far and overcome much, chosen undead. Come hither, child. O chosen undead, I am Guinevere, daughter of Lord Gwyn and Queen of Sunlight. Since the day Father his form did obscureth, I have awaited thee. I bequeath the Lord vessel to thee.
All right, there we go.
And beseech thee, succeed Lord Gwyn, and inheriteth the fire of our world. Thou shalt endeth this eternal twilight, and avert further undead sacrifices.
I think...
Chosen undead, thou hast journeyed far.
I don't think we need to enter the covenant. I don't know. So that's interesting. Since the day my father obscured the form, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know what? So what she's saying is, I thought it was repeating dialogue. I shouldn't have blown through that. But basically she's saying, look, you know, the undead are making sacrifices. You know, we're so worried about what's going to happen. You know, if you could just go take over my father's job, everything will be good. Go seek Kingmaker Frampt. He's the snoring lizard. So she's saying, like, hey, why don't you take over his thing, and, you know, we can keep this party going, and it's all going to be good. And you're saying, thou shalt enter this eternal twilight. If you look outside, it doesn't look like an eternal twilight, right? So you're sort of wondering, like, what is she talking about?
Chosen undead, may thou be one with the sunlight forevermore.
So you can do a quick attack. You don't get any souls for that. But
Thou that tarnisheth the godmother's image, I am Gwyndolin. And thy transgression shall not go unpunished. Thou shalt perish in the twilight of Anor Londo.
so in my mind, this is actually Anor Londo. The rest was just like a ruse. I don't know if I have the... But now, oh yeah, let me double check this. So now you can see we have the warp. So we can go to the Firelink Shrine, we can go to Anor Londo. I think this is the one where we were sitting down with Sunbro. I think Dark Moon Tomb is the one below the church. But basically what I need to do now is I need to get to the blacksmith. The problem is I'm rocking 67,000 souls. I need 16. I might need about 20 at most to... Okay, that's too much. I'm going to get my strength up to 40. And then I'll start working on endurance again. Because I want to max out my halberd once and for all. Because the main reason to hang out here is to gather souls to farm materials such as large titanite chunks, blah blah blah, to upgrade all your armor, weapon, shields. But since we have this Black Knight halberd, the problem is there's going to be something going on out here. So I didn't want to have too many souls here unless, in case I screwed this up. There's 2, but I thought there were 3. And I think this is part of the quest. You know, that guy with the Ring of Favor and Protection. I thought this was part of it. Like, you turn this place to night. Now, what's weird is I thought... Am I getting invaded as well? I don't care about getting invaded now. Oh, it's the same guy. Yeah. That's fine. I don't care about getting invaded now. We got the summons in for the big fight. It's all good. But yeah, I thought this was how you know, your Firekeeper gets killed. Oh, did it put us back over here? Oh, can I no longer kill her to get... Yeah, she might be gone, so I might not be able to get her Firekeeper soul at this point. Oh well. I wonder why it didn't just put me back here when I died. Alright, so let's see if we can deal with this 2-on-1. And it's sort of weird because it looks like the heavy armored guy... It's maybe not literally, but it looks like the summons that will help you defeat the Iron Golem. Remember I was saying at the top of Sen's Fortress you could summon if I was in human form? That's what it looks like. It looks like that guy. So I don't know why he would be trying to help you get to Anor Londo. Well, maybe because they hope you believe the woman, that apparition. So they realize, hey, this guy's a threat. He's making real progress. You know, maybe we try and get him on board. Get him to play ball. Nope. That's me getting greedy, trying to clear the one before I got the other. But then once you sort of uncover the ruse of Anor Londo, it's interesting. Once you uncover the ruse of Anor Londo, am I not able to warp there because I killed the apparition and she was sort of the Firekeeper of sorts? I don't know. Nope, that might kill me. Okay. But yeah, so now that the ruse is gone, you know, you can't really farm these guys anymore for souls the same way. Alright, one down. Now, some people are not, so the giant guards here were part of the illusion. But some of the knights themselves, I don't think were. It's not like this place has just gone completely empty. But yeah, the knights were definitely part of that illusion. So, sorry, the tower guys here, the big guys here, were part of the illusion. So let's go max out our halberd. So now there's a couple of ways you can sort of progress through this night's gone. There's a couple of ways you can progress through this game at this point. You can go talk to Kingmaker Frampt, and he'll start the steps you need to access areas in the game that are still blocked off. There's also a secondary way to go about it if you want to talk to sort of like the other Frampt or whatever. And that person sort of gives you the other side to the story. Let's see what we need first to reinforce so I don't... I think we needed 4, so that's going to be 32 grand. Okay, so let's purchase. Wonder what... He's got a giant's halberd, okay. Moonlight arrows, okay. Okay, let's reinforce weapon. Okay, so we got our halberd maxed out. Honestly, like, this wouldn't be a bad place to also farm souls, max out our crest shield, because we're going to want that tip-top at some point. I guess the gargoyles are also part of the illusion? I don't know. Alright, so now that we've done that, we've sort of cleared Anor Londo a bit. There's still a couple things left to do. One's the painted world. And 2, oh, here's the 3rd. Oh, this is the golden armored woman, okay.
So it was you, was it?
So you were the one that blah.
But how? This man is a threat. Master Gwendolyn.
There we go. So they keep talking about Master Gwendolyn. So... The woman Gwyneth is not actually the person in charge. It's Gwendolyn. Gwyneth was talking about how she was like the moonlight person or whatever. The sunlight person. Gwendolyn is a really interesting story. Hopefully it goes down. Gwendolyn... I think I have what I need to do this next part. How long have we been going? Let me give this a shot, see how I do. And if I tank it, which I probably will. So you can sort of see now, this statue of Lord Gwyn is now gone. I wonder if there's any... Yeah. And I think it's because you have to have the ring, which you pick up right outside there. But if you do... I want the crest shield. I don't know what shield I'm rocking. I want the crest because it's going to be a magic attack. And let's see how it goes. This is an interesting fight, but it's a little annoying.
Heretic. First thou offendeth the Godmother, and now thou see fit to trample upon the tomb of the great Lord. I am the dark sun, Gwendolyn. Let the atonement for thy felonies commence.
Love the music. the butterfly moonlight. So the trick to this fight is you gotta dodge these attacks. These you can sort of... Oh, crap, I forgot. Those blow through the... So basically the trick is you gotta... So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop here. But you basically gotta get close to him, avoiding these magic attacks, get a swing in, then he teleports, rinse and repeat. Oh, I forgot about this. Haha, I'm definitely stopping here. Because what I have to do is I have to... For some reason, it keeps putting me here. Did I not rest instead of the ones inside? And now that the Firekeeper's gone, I can't warp. Now, Gwendolyn is an optional boss. It's got a really interesting story. It's son of Lord Gwyn, but raised as a daughter, I believe. That would be worth doing like a VaatiVidya Prepare to Cry video on. He definitely did one, I believe. And it's worth checking out because it's an interesting story. I'm going to butcher it. But it's interesting lore. This whole game is just, you know, like when I made my way through the game the first time, I had no idea why anything had happened. And so I was just like, God, like mechanically I enjoyed playing it, but whoa, what a beast. And I don't get it. Then you start to watch like the Prepare to Cry videos or whatever, and all the lore is broken down and explained. And you realize it's actually... Just jump. There you go. There's actually, for my money, a great story going on. It's just that they don't spoon feed it to you. And once you sort of... And, you know, and I don't mind that they do that, and I don't mind getting the story through VaatiVidya. Or whatever lore video you check out. There you go. Thank you. You know, I was comfortable getting the story that way. Because what I saw, I was like, oh, this is really, really fascinating. I still haven't gotten what's on the other side there. I don't even know if it's all that interesting. But you drop down here. I never, for the longest time, I never put it together because I was always trying to figure out how to do it from the other side. But what it is because it mirrors, you know, see, oop, sir. There we go. Yeah, it's probably going to be like, you know, some kind of like soul or something like that that's not all that interesting, but so be it. Oh, okay, divine blessing, I guess, whatever. Now the trick is, how do you get back? I don't know if you can just fall off. I think what you do is you just, yeah, you go back under the other side. Oh. Wasn't expecting him. But yeah, so, you know, getting the story through VaatiVidya, it was the only way I was able to get it. I appreciate all the effort that he put in. He deserves his 12 billion followers and views and stuff like that because I couldn't have figured this out without it. So let's get back to the bonfire down there. I'll rest and we'll call it there. Or do I gotta do this twice? Okay. Oh, okay. It does it on its own. All right. And then I'll call it there, and then we'll figure it out next time I just assumed, though, it would... Maybe I didn't rest, but I just assumed it would put me at the bonfire that I rest. Let me... Yeah. Sorry, I'm just rambling because I'm a little taken aback that I had to do that gauntlet. All right, so yeah, thanks again. We'll stop here. Like I always say, thanks for checking out this YouTube video. We mostly do actual play runs through tabletop RPGs. You can watch them here on YouTube, or if you prefer an audio version, just search Black Lodge Trivia Night wherever you get your podcast. You should be able to pick it up. I know we're on Spotify. Otherwise, we also do a couple other discussion recordings, Damn Fine Coffee and Bookhouse Boys. Again, you can find them here on YouTube in the playlist or wherever you get your podcasts. You want to follow us on X or Blue Sky, it's at Black Lodge Trivia Night. Mastodon, just search for it's Black Lodge RPG. And then on Mastodon, just search Black Lodge Trivia Night. Hopefully we come up. But thanks again. This was fun because, again, for me, this is sort of the highlight of the game. And basically, this is the tough part. Everything we do after is going to be a bit of a letdown. For me, as a player. This is, the peak of Dark Souls for me. So, thanks again, and talk soon. Bye-bye.